This is Dr. David Shine, and welcome to Business Law 101.
And there were two other types of ethics that are talked about, which do not necessarily, I think, can kind of fit in. Depending on your studies of ethics, you may have heard virtue ethics presented as a separate type of ethics. And in reality, this is actually, in my opinion, kind of a form of deontology. But virtue ethics came out of the Greek philosophers. And we do talk about it. Some of you may be Catholic. We talk about the virtues in the Catholic Church and in other religions. And so I think you can see some of that that comes out of virtue ethics. But to me, it's really another branch of deontology. Now, there is a fourth, kind of a different approach to things. And it was a big hit back when I was doing my formal study in ethics in the 90s and the early 2000s, and it's kind of faded today. But there was a philosophy professor at Harvard named John Rawls, and he wrote a 700-page book in 1971 that was kind of a big thrill, and he presented what he felt was a better theory of ethics called justice theory or rights, which is that we as human beings in interacting with each other have certain rights, and that should be the basis for making ethical decisions. And the book is very repetitive. It's I don't know how political people are, but it would fall under a political category of what's called neo-Marxism, meaning a lot of it is more suggestive of a certain approach to society and things like that. But in any event, the book is famous for a thought exercise that's buried in the book that's really very interesting. It's actually kind of fun. And it's called the veil of ignorance. And the concept behind the veil of ignorance is that we don't know, we're going to make some special decisions. Let's say the decision in grandma got run over by a freeway. And the person making the decision does not know anything about the person that they're making the decision about. So they're not making that decision because of their color, their economic status, their political status, or anything like that. So that we're all in there with blinders on, making decisions, which under Rawls' theory would put us all making decisions based on pure logic of making the best decision. And in my opinion, this is very, very close actually to utilitarianism, even though it's often put in the deontology school also. But we just wanted you to be familiar with that in case you come across it.
This is Dr. David D. Shine for Business Law 101. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform.